Finally, there's the victory. Ripple is winning in the case, only having to pay 125 million of the initially 2,000 million that were requested by the SEC. Now, is this actually positive for investors? What can Ripple do now? Ripple now got officially the green light to sell more XRP tokens. Now the supply can expand even quicker than before with even less risk. Is this really that great? You've probably already read the headlines, so I'm not going to go through those articles. Instead, I want to talk about XRP long term. Because for everybody that's member of the XRP army, how do you explain that XRP relative to Ethereum, and that's this chart, went from top to bottom down by 96%. So again, this is the relative valuation chart. We are taking away whatever happens in general in crypto. Because that's the problem with US dollar charts, right? When Bitcoin goes up, when Ethereum goes up, then XRP goes up as well and vice versa. If we buy XRP over Bitcoin or Ethereum, we take on more risk because the market cap is smaller. Thus, we want to get more performance. But historically, that has not happened. Now, since the announcement of the initial lawsuit to its final conclusion today, we've still seen an underperformance of 70% versus Ethereum. If you're a supporter of XRP, how do you explain this? Here is how I explain it. I think the problem is this chart. This is the circulating supply of XRP, which tends to increase over time. And when demand doesn't grow as quickly as supply, then we tend to see underperformance. In the last year, the supply grew by 6%. The supply of Bitcoin only grew by 0.8%. The supply of Ethereum can even shrink. The supply of XRP is going up and the demand isn't growing as quickly. Again, I'm looking at relative valuation. In US dollars, of course, XRP can double when Bitcoin triples. Now, the big question is, will demand for XRP now suddenly grow very quickly with this resolution of the lawsuit? I'm not so sure. So far, we haven't seen a lot of positive momentum. And yes, this was during a time when things were pretty doubtful, but still. Just have a look at the total generated fees that spiked during the ICO boom in 2018 and could never reach similar levels afterwards. Here's the same graph but measured in XRP, not measured in US dollars. Very much the same kind of dynamic. There isn't really growing revenue in terms of fees. The XRP army also doesn't seem to be growing in numbers very quickly. At least it doesn't seem to grow as quickly as the supply. And that puts a lot of pressure on the price as well, right? This is the number of Reddit subscribers over time. And here's the number of Twitter followers over time, also rather stagnating recently. Every single rally that we have seen in XRP in the last months had been related to the lawsuit. Now, what could potentially rally the price again? I don't know, but what I do know is that at least relatively speaking, the price tends to now be high in its recent trading range. Again, let's simply just zoom in. Initially, a massive dump versus Ethereum. The same is true versus Bitcoin, by the way, because of the very quickly expanding supply. Then we had been trading in a quite predictable range. Now we are coming back to the middle end of that range. Now, as you can tell from the tone of this video, I'm not part of the XRP army. I am going to join the anti-XRP army. So after this video, a few hours after this video, I'm going to open a relative valuation short versus Ethereum. So I'm going to short XRP relative to Ethereum, and I'm going to bet that the relative valuation of XRP is going to decline from here. I do not know where the US dollar price is going because all of crypto could go up, but I do believe that now there is a lot of eyes on XRP. There is a lot of attention on XRP with this ruling. Thus, since crypto attention moves in waves, and since there seems to be a correlation between attention and price, where now attention is elevated, the price is elevated, I believe that attention is likely going to fizzle down again in the upcoming weeks. Thus, I do believe that relatively speaking, at least, XRP is going to do worse. Let's see how this video ages. If you hold a lot of XRP and you made now some gains with this rally, I'm not sure. I would consider selling, especially in case you're overexposed in your portfolio and you want to have somewhat of a balance, right? Then it might make sense to take some chips off the table when prices just recently went up a bit. I do this also with Bitcoin. I do this with any kind of asset. When something suddenly shoots up, I consider to rather rebalance. Now, please let me know what you think could propel the price further from here. It's probably not going to be the number of retail investors. That seems to be stagnant. What could push demand higher from here? Your comment would be very much appreciated, and I would then discuss potentially all of those comments in an upcoming video. Feel free to also, of course, subscribe and give this a like. It helps the channel grow. Looking very much forward to seeing you again in this channel. In case you do have Telegram, then you are more than welcome to join us as well. The link is down below. Looking very much forward to chatting with you. Cheers.